Hello. So this is Deru, The Art of Cooperation. It's a co-op game. It's a co-op puzzle game actually. And I'm acridstingray3.
Yeah, I'm Ax2u.
And right before starting the run, we're gonna explain a bit of how the game works. The way it works is like we're these shapes. I'm white and he's black. And the objective of the game is just to get to these kind of exits, basically. When we both stand on it, the game ends. Well, the level ends, rather. If you go into it.
Yeah, it's quite an abstract puzzle game, but you'll figure it out as we go. There's quite a lot of mechanics, but we'll explain them as they come up. And I guess I'll count you down.
Sure.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
We are not gonna explain this first level because there's a lot going on, a lot of glitches. It's 10 seconds. We'll focus on the base mechanics for now, which you can see on this level, which is called Together. The idea is that there's lasers, and shapes rather, can block lasers of the opposite colors.
Yeah, basically, black lasers kill the black player, and white lasers kill the white player.
Oh.
Are there? All right. And black can block white lasers, and white can block black lasers. So there's a lot of puzzles they came up with those. For now, we're just these triangle people who don't have any special abilities. That's all we can do. We can just block the lasers.
And the main glitch you're seeing right now is the early control with pause. The idea is that when you pause, the game just gives you control back after you unpause. Simply because, you know, after you get out of a pause, can you block this one?
Oh, yes.
After you get out of a pause, the game should give you control. So we just abuse that at the start, and we get early control. And what that also does is that we skip an animation, and during the animation our HPs are frozen. So we can just go through lasers at the very start of the level.
Yeah, basically we cannot take any damage from the lasers for about a second after we get the early control. So that allows for a lot of skips in these levels. This level we have to gather these checkpoints to reach the end checkpoints. So you saw us do that on the left side, the right side of the screen, and then we unlock the final checkpoints for those.
And with all of that out of the way, if you have like a couple, rather one donation that you want to read, I think we have enough time for now.
Alright, I do have a few donations up here. I've got $10 from Avix Solaris saying, a little late with my donation. I've been having a great time watching. Hope everyone else does too. Thanks to all the staff, volunteers and runners for the great show. We also got a $50 donation from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you anyway. And we got $50 from Cryptine saying, greetings from all the other members of the Deru speedrun community. Yes, all 2 of them. Thanks so much for those donations.
Hi, Cryptine.
This level is actually the hardest level in the first world.
Yeah, we're gonna concentrate a bit here.
It's by far the hardest level because right now I have to block these 2 lasers and then let Ax through again.
That's really precise movement.
And that's really precise movement.
And a lot of the movement and skill in this game comes from knowing the cycles and doing precise movement like that in some of the levels.
This level, for example, you'll see that super cycle based. There's these gaps that you have to go through. So you have to know the cycles by heart and how you do your movement to let your partner through at the maximum speed you can.
Actually, in this level you can see I took a little bit of damage intentionally at the start of the level just to make my character a bit smaller so I can make the cycles as... When your character is smaller after you've taken a tiny bit of damage, you can move a lot faster. It basically increases your speed the smaller you are. And that's actually quite a big part of the game as we go into some of the later levels.
And right there you saw the second major glitch. This glitch is actually patched on current patch. Like we told the devs about it and we told them that they should probably patch it because it's very major. The idea is that in this patch, well, the patch before this one, the exits on the story levels, which are levels that don't have the exits at the very start. You have to do something and then the exit spawns. You see in this level, for example, which is not a story level, the exits are already on the corner, like the bottom right corner. On some levels that doesn't happen. And the patch before this one, that was a bit broken, and if you died while they were spawning, the exits wouldn't work. So what they did is that as soon as you die, they force activate the exits, and we can just abuse that by using the restart button, which immediately kills you, and that activates the exit, and we just go through skipping the level.
Yeah, basically we just skip a certain part of the level and just get instantly to the exits. But the exits are invisible, which makes it really tough on certain levels when it's really hard to get to the exits and find out where they are.
It's
You
a really,
just have to memorize it.
it's a really good glitch because most story levels are like a story, right? They're just cutscenes.
Yeah, they're
pretty
essentially
much.
all scrollers.
So it makes the run way better, basically. It turns the run from like, I think it was like 35 minutes, when like 5 minutes of not gameplay,
Yeah.
to just fully gameplay. Like right here, for example, you see that there's no exits.
On this one they spawn really early, so we don't need to do anything about that.
Right. So that's the first world done, and we're going to a second world. The thing about the second world is they introduces a new shape. Earlier we were triangles, now we're circles, and circles do this thing that you saw us do. You can trade HP with your partner, and that makes them bigger.
Yeah. Basically you can just gift your HP to the other person and they become bigger, you become smaller, and their speeds change accordingly, which is a huge part of optimizing the movement in the circle levels.
Like Ax said on like the first world, the smaller you are, the faster you go, and the
Yeah.
other way around is true too. If you're very big, you go very slow. So a lot of circle movement is just making sure you get the right amount of HP, so that you can go as quickly as possible to your exit.
Could we have a small moment for some donations?
Sure.
Alright, we got a $10 anonymous donation. Thanks so much for that. We also got $50 from Durante saying Deru is a very unique game and I always appreciate the co-op runs at ESA. Keep up the good work.
Thank
We
you,
also
Durante.
Oh.
Oh, my bad.
Can I do another one?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we have $15 from Revolux saying hello runners, good luck and have fun. And greetings to Ax2u from Revolux, not the German one. And on Local Dreamer. Thank
Hey,
you
Ray.
for the ESA! Explanation mark, pasta content.
I'm sorry for the content drought. You'll get it soon.
Ax2u stream, please.
I hate ax2u.
I hate Ax2u too. Anyway, this level is also kind of weird. You see that there's like these things coming over. So it just gets to shield me over them. And like 2 levels ago, we did a level called River. We actually found a new strat for that on ESA. Like normally we play this game online, but it's a local co-op game. So we usually have to get used to like 200 milliseconds of delay.
Yeah,
We use a
well,
tool called Parsec for that.
Basically, I have delay, but you're playing locally.
Yeah.
But Parsec is an amazing program. Like, if anyone wants to play local multiplayer games that only support local multiplayer, I can highly suggest Parsec. It's like we've been able to speedrun this game with it. That should tell you how good it is. There is some noticeable delay, but it's definitely very, very playable.
And the fact that we have no delay here at ESA has allowed us to find a couple of safer strats, I would say.
Yeah, and we've gotten a couple of PBs in the practice room too. We improved our PB by like 30 seconds.
Like for example, oh, I fucked up. Like we found a 100% consistent strat here that actually needs to go to the main menu, I forgot.
100% consistent.
Oh no. This menu can break, by the way, which is why I'm being very slow with it.
There we
If
go.
you go too fast during the menu, it just like kills an option. I don't know why I'm failing this. I'll just go the normal way.
Alright. The reason we had to go back to the menu there is the fact that the laser cycles are different if you just restart from inside the level. You have to actually go back into the main menu and come back into the level to get the earliest possible cycles on some of the levels. That's not a big deal.
And right now, for example, we're going to another level where we found a new strat. Normally this level is like a very cycle heavy level, but we found a way to just skip a cycle by taking an early death right here.
On this level, for some reason, the cycles are actually better if you do restart. So we just do that restart there. We actually don't need to do the restart to spawn the checkpoints earlier like we did on some of the other levels. We just do it to get better cycles. And that skips quite a big part of this level.
And that's world 2. All that's left is this story level, so if you want to read another donation, we have more than enough time for that. Going to a third world. This level is actually kind of tight because I'm more or less blind. But with the early control, we can actually kind of escape over the level like that.
Yeah, I was basically supposed to block all the lasers on the left for him, but we only need to do like 2 because he gets through all the others with the early control.
And this level introduces the other kind of shape that we have. There's triangles, which were the initial shape. There's circles, and then we have squares. And the squares can just divide themselves to place blocks like this. And that block, you cannot move it, but it does block the lasers. Like, lasers cannot go through blocks.
Yeah, there's a lot of puzzles that revolve around that. This one we just go through the laser, but you're supposed to use the blocks to block those lasers and be able to make it to the other side.
The early control is kind of really powerful, to be honest.
Did you talk about the early control giving more blocks?
No, I didn't, but you can show it like right there.
Yeah, like you're only supposed to have 2 blocks available to you as you start the game, but there I could have been able to place a 3rd one even, because if you place a block during the early control, you can place a 3rd block for some reason, because it doesn't take away your HP, but it places the block. It's not really useful in any levels, but it's a fun little thing.
Yeah, there's like one level where it's useful, and even then it's just like kind of a safety thing.
Yeah.
Can I get in a donation here?
Yeah,
sure.
Alright, we got a donation from Mortal Kombat for $114.39. Saying, I was first introduced in speedruns watching the legendary original Quake run back in the 90s.
Oh.
I love this event as it brings very good vibes and it's for a great cause. Let's destroy the disease once and for all. Thank you so much for that donation. And reminder for everyone that the donation incentive for the 16-star bonus run for Mario 64 is still open. We're currently at $2,700 towards the $10,000 for that incentive, so come on, you want to see that. It's gonna be really good.
You want to see that. This one we just go through.
Yeah. Once again, early control, and even without early control, there's a way to escape this level, which you just die, and then when you die, you cause a massive explosion, so that kind of clears the lasers. And this level is also kind of scary because we're not gonna clear every laser. I'm just gonna do like this, and then I'm gonna go stand on my exit. And then, since when you complete the level, you're completely immune. We don't need to clear every laser.
You just need to touch the very, very edge of the checkpoints, and you can complete the level as long as both of you are standing on yours, and you won't die to the lasers, even though they are clearly hitting you after you complete it.
We're gonna use that in this level too, where we're not gonna block every laser. I'm just gonna grab these 3 checkpoints real quick, and then I'm gonna get over to my exit before this laser makes it over.
There you go.
Time for one more donation?
Sure.
We got $50 from Cyberdoer saying, I love how ESA always has time for these great unique co-op games. Finished Deru yesterday, just so I could enjoy this run without seeing spoilers. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much for that donation.
Thank you. It's definitely a great... Oh, never mind.
Coming up here, we have the 3rd glitch, which is also not that useful, but it's very useful in the levels it is useful. Where if you crush a block outside with one of these growing blocks, you just break the level's boundaries and you can go through.
Yeah, just swipe around out of bounds. There's one other level where we use that mechanic.
Yeah. In that level, it's kind of useful, but not really, because you can kind of make the cycle anyway. But on the other level, when I use it, it's like really, really useful.
Yeah, it's huge on the other level, you'll see. But as I was saying, there is a really great game, even casually, so if anyone's even slightly interested by this, I highly recommend it. I would say it's my favorite co-op game.
I actually don't think we've explained the growing blocks.
Oh yeah, the growing blocks.
Whoops. That one's weird.
As I was saying, the growing blocks, basically they become bigger if lasers hit them. And you're supposed to divert the lasers often into them or out of them to be able to make some gaps, but we very rarely even have to do that because we just get through everything with the early control.
There's a couple levels we have to do it.
Yeah.
So coming up on World 4, there's no more shapes in the game, so you're not gonna see another shape. But World 4 is kinda... The worlds definitely get harder as time goes on. Not only because of like the levels actually getting harder, but our strats also get harder. Right now, the first like 2-3 levels of this are pretty easy, but after that, it actually gets kinda tough.
The infamous sound level.
Sure. That works.
That was a bit spooky.
Here, for example, Ax has to do some kind of movement blind, and it's kind of precise because otherwise he doesn't make it over that cycle.
Yeah, that makes a lot of the early control stuff a lot more difficult because, as you can see, the screen is mostly white during the early control, so we basically can't see anything for the first about 1 second of every single level.
Also,
So, yeah,
the
go ahead.
pauses aren't as easy as they seem, because this game, for some reason, that's actually kind of weird. Pause is the last input that gets checked in this game, and if there's any other input, the game doesn't read the pause input. So Ax has to make sure that I have already paused and then I'm paused too, before he calls an input.
Yeah, and that's especially tricky with the latency we usually have online. It's a bit easier in local co-op, but I've had to adjust quite a bit for that. Like, the first time we were doing practice runs in local, I was having a lot of trouble with just pressing every input too early, especially with the pauses. But we've adjusted, mostly. This is another pretty tight cycle level.
And something we haven't explained actually, and it's relevant in like 2 levels right now, so we should probably start explaining it, is that everything in this game is made out of particles, especially the lasers. So, I mean, that's how you block them, right? You touch the laser, and then you take the particles with you. And some particles affect you, and some don't, depending on what color you are. So what Ax is gonna do here is that he's gonna go over to his own color laser, and he's gonna touch some particles, not enough to kill him, but enough to actually make that block
Yeah, I'll try again.
get smaller. And then he's just gonna go under the exit before the block grows again. And that allows us to escape the entire level. It's kind of very tough. That should work, yeah.
It doesn't matter that you get crushed after you hit the exits, it still counts as a completed level.
Make a gap.
I will.
Thank you. That used to be a very tough level up until like 2 hours ago, when we noticed that we have more than enough time to make a gap there.
Yeah, I could used to have to go through that laser and with that very, very tight angle, but we noticed we can just do that. It's about a second slower maybe, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like half a second probably.
Yeah.
Here's another cycle. Ax has to make it to his block before the like this block is gonna get small and then big again. He has to make it there before the block does that.
Yeah.
And this is out of bounds level.
Yeah, this is fun one. Make sure your counting skills are right.
I don't know, man.
Ah!
Please go through.
I was trying, dude. Go.
So that gets crushed, and then I just go out of bounds and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a bit more just in case. And now I just go down, and I'm far like too far.
Nice.
There I am.
Made it.
And if you have a donation, we'll appreciate it now, because this is kind of the toughest level in this world. Like,
Alright, I got a $30 donation from Liva saying, great event, lots of fun and amazing people. Looking forward to ESA Winter already. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
This level is kind of tough because we have to find, it's a checkpoint level, right? So we have to find the checkpoints, and then when we have all the checkpoints, the exit is spawn.
Yeah, they.
And we have to do that blind because they are under this, it's a laser technically, but it's too big to call it a laser. And then after that, there's this cycle that has to be made.
Okay.
So that's kind of really scary.
Yeah, this is a very scary level, especially because it's so long, because you have to collect all the checkpoints and then wait for the lasers. So if you die near the end of that, you lose like 30 seconds. It's very bad. But we made it first try, easy peasy. Another story level here.
And after this, we're going to level 5, and we're probably gonna be quiet for the first level of World 5 actually.
Yeah, it's
Because-
called Tokyo, and we have to find invisible exits hidden behind lasers.
It's a very precise spot too, because the lasers kill me, so I have to stay very close to Ax.
Nice.
There you go.
That was really good.
That's
That was really
way
good.
harder than it looks.
Yeah,
We
that's-
had to practice for like 2 hours in the practice room along the entire week.
It's incredibly precise the position you have to be in to get that, and not have either of you die. I'm really relieved you got that.
So yeah, this is the last world in the game. It's by far the toughest world, like by far.
Yeah, it's no contest.
It also has a lot of story levels, so you'll see me restart a lot. Like, the actual levels are very little, basically. There's a lot of just... This level has like a final boss. This wall has like a final boss level, rather. And there's like a lot of story levels, I think, for that.
Yeah, the story level skips save a lot of time in this world. Because there's like, what, 4 or 5 levels that we use it in?
Yeah, I think there's 5. So right
Yeah.
now, here, for example, there's supposed to be a story level. The idea of this world is that you're freeing shapes, and then they come here and they start breaking barriers.
Yeah.
We're just skipping both the barrier... Oh, give me a sec, this is
Oh,
Oh!
I made it! Usually I'm supposed to bounce on the wall there to get a bit more momentum, but apparently I can make it without it.
That's by far the hardest level in this game, in this world, I would say.
Yeah, that's a very precise trick to get through that laser with the momentum.
Anyway, like I was saying, we're supposed to be freeing shapes, we'll see it in this level, and then they go over to those barriers kind of thing and they just break them. Like, we're skipping both the freeing and the...
Oh.
breaking. Woohoo! I don't know if I have enough.
I'm not sure. I can try.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah,
no.
we got that.
You have to actually have enough at the end to be able to block the entire laser for the thing to open.
Yeah, basically that thing only opens if no laser is touching it for a certain amount of time. And actually has to be big enough at the end to be able to block this big black laser
Like
at the
so.
end. Yeah, that should
And
work.
then-
There we
yeah.
go.
And now you see that we free like shapes, and then you'll see that the next level is one of those barriers levels that we're just skipping.
Yeah.
Coming up next is another level of this where we have to make a big block shrink. And I do not place a block there, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I've been making that mistake way too often.
Yeah, you made that in our very last run before this.
Like that.
At least you remember this time. That's
So-
all that matters.
Every level that's left is a story level, I think, and then the final boss one, right?
Yeah, we have CERN, then the boss level, and then...
This level is pretty much the only actual gameplay level that we skip with this, which is
Yeah.
kind of a shame, but
It's a pretty fun level to do, so...
yeah, but the skip is definitely good overall.
Yeah. Oh, we got the machine gun. No?
No, we didn't.
Oh no.
There's always like 3 in there.
Sometimes you can get a weird machine gun effect where there's just a bunch of shapes that are firing into this barrier really quickly. We have no clue what causes it, but it makes this like 2-3 seconds faster.
Because like the barriers count
Okay.
how many shapes have gone into them.
Right, here's Renatus. This is the final level of the game, and we just activated 2 checkpoints in a row there, as you can see. You're not supposed to be able to do that. And because of that, we have 2 different phases of this final level going on at the same time. As you can see, there's like those big vertical lasers on the screen and smaller rotating lasers. And yeah, those are supposed to be separate phases that you dodge on their own. But because we use that glitch to activate them very quickly next to each other, we have to deal with them at the same time. And it took us quite a while to figure out how to exactly do this, but well, once we did, it became
Don't
easy
jinx
enough
it.
to do.
Don't jinx it.
I'm not gonna jinx it. Shut
You
up.
literally just
Shut
did.
up, dude. It's fine.
Right
Oh.
there.
Yeah, and there I activated 2 phases again, and now I'm just gonna go
Nice.
into my exit, and there we go. And actually, it wasn't the final. There's one more, but this one's easy. We just gotta get the 2 cycle.
Don't fuck it up.
I've never messed up 2 cycle, dude. Not once
This
in
is
my
a
life.
lie. Bro.
Okay. That was really
And
close.
time.
Yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
So yeah, that's Deru. It's you'll see the credits here, they are pretty short. It's a game made by a Swiss company. It's a very indie company, they are very small. I think
it's
they're
right
actually, yeah, I think they're actually watching us, so hello. Shout out.
Hello.
They are very good devs, like I said, they actually got out of bounds. We showed it to them, and then we were like, don't patch it. And then they didn't patch it. Like they said, well, we don't really like it, but we understand why you don't want it patched, and they actually patched it back in. That's exactly how.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They gave
I
us,
gotta give them credit for that. Not many devs are that involved with the speedrun community and appreciate it so much, so it's really really amazing, honestly. And I guess if anyone's interested in running this game after this, or just playing it casually, go buy it on Steam right now and join the Deru Discord. And you can join the huge community of 4 people.
Please run this
Speedrunning
game.
this, yeah.
Please run this game.
Please run this game. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us, I guess. And you can catch us streaming this game sometimes, I guess, on
Ax2u.
mostly my channel. No, I've upgraded to Ax2u now.
Have you?
We're official. So yeah, my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Ax2u, and Acrid's channel, we don't really stream this there, but go follow him as well, acridstingray3.
Yeah, it's on the screen.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's all we have to say.
that's Deru, the Art of Cooperation. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.